Assalamu alaikum and welcome. You're watching Real English News along with your host Shareef Abdur Raheem Yamani. Let's have a look on today's top headlines. Hyderabad totally deserves always. The usually busy roads in Hyderabad were empty as public transport and even rickshaw went off the roads. Telangana CM Tom State Survey Superhit. The survey reports will be available with all government officials right from the Gram Panchayat level to the state secretariat. Ravi Shastri appointed director of Team India for ODIs series vs England. Dhoni captaincy safe. India cancels planned talk with Pakistan. Pakistan's envoys in India met with separatist leaders from Jammu and Kashmir. Narendra Modi promises tough steps to end corruption. Let's have a look on headlines in details. Hyderabad and all towns in Telangana went totally deserted Tuesday, with the state government declaring a holiday to enable people to remain at home and participate in the household survey program. The usually busy roads in Hyderabad were empty as public transport and even auto rickshaws went off the roads. Government official educational institutions, shops, petrol bunks, hotels, cinema halls and all other busy places, establishments were shut down as the government warned the private institution of action for violating holiday orders. It's exempted only emergency services. Many information technology companies, however, were open as the management expressed inability to declare a holiday. The global IT and IT's companies said their employees can still get enumerated as expressed. They will be having different shifts. Information Technology Minister K. Tarak Rama said the government had no objection as long as employees participated in the survey. As Hyderabad is a common capital of Andhra Pradesh and Telangana, Andhra Pradesh legislature, whose budget session began on Monday, functioned as usual. Employees of Andhra Pradesh Secretariat and other officials also worked today. The massive effort made by the Telangana government for conducting an intensive household survey on Tuesday seemed to have yielded the desired results, going by the number of households covered by the survivors of single one day. It is superhit survey. It is miraculous success, beaming Chief Minister of the state K. Chandrasekhar Rao said, adding nearly 95% of the household in districts and 88% of the household in Hyderabad and its surrounding areas were enumerated by 6 p.m. Rao was hopeful that almost 100% of the 80.7 million household in the state would be enumerated as the survey was still going on. The complete details of the surveys will be available by the tomorrow morning. Those who have missed will be covered tomorrow, he said. According to the Rao, the survey is the first of its kind in the world and will provide multi-dimensional benefits. It will help his government in formulating policies, providing amenities and undertaking welfare and development activities. The survey reports will be available with all the government officials right from the Gram Panchayat level to the state secretariat. Proper statistics are very useful for any government, he said, while addressing a press conference before leaving from Singapore to attend an AIIM alumni meeting. For an instant, the Chief Minister said the survey had revealed that the population of Hyderabad had crossed 12 million as against the present assumption of 7.6 million. So also the population of the entire state of Telangana, as against the current estimates of about 35 million, the Telangana population had reached nearly 45 million. Development was Prime Minister Narendra Modi's mantra at a rally in poll-bound Haryana on Tuesday. He also said that he had people's blessing to take tough steps against corruption. Let's take the mantra of development to every corner of the states, Narendra Modi said from a stage in Khetali in Kurukshetra district after laying the foundation stone of Khetal Rajasthan border section of National Highway. The number of people gathered here shows the importance of development in the lives of the people. A nation that gives impetus to infrastructures, but its road, rail, airport, that is where chances of development increase, he said. Development is the only path that will take us forward. It will get rid of our difficulties. The first aspiration of common man is development, he said. The Prime Minister said infrastructures has to be of modern. We cannot do with the infrastructure of the last century. Any contractors comes and makes a road and it gets destroyed in the monsoon. This won't do. People are hungry for the international level roads, he said. When the road network increases, the avenues of the development also increases too. Connecting Haryana to Rajasthan is not only about cars passing one way from another. It's good for commerce as well, added Modi. Narendra Modi then attacked corruption, asking the crowd if he had their blessing to take the stringent action against graft. This feeling of mera kya or mujhe kya, why should I care? He denied the nation. We need to free nation from corruption. Do I have your blessing to take strict action against corruption? The menace of corruption is so dangerous, it can destroy the nation. And I see that the nation can't bear injustice any longer, he said. Narendra Modi also said he knew Haryana as much as he knew Gujarat. He said that he had lived in the state for many years and he had learned a lot. India on Monday cancelled plan to talk with Pakistan, derailing the latest effort at reapproachment between the nuclear-armed neighbors which have fought free wars since independence from the British in the year 1947. India's Foreign Secretary told the Pakistani envoy that Pakistan's continued effort to interfere in India's internal affairs were unacceptable, said Akbaruddin, the Foreign Ministry spokesman. Under present circumstances, it is felt that no useful purpose will be served by a meeting between the two sides. Pakistan's Foreign Ministry said it was a long distance and a long-standing practice for its official to meet with Kashmiri leaders before talk with India in order to facilitate meaningful discussion on the issue of Kashmir. The Indian decision is a setback to effort by our leadership to promote good neighbor relation with India. It said in a statement, the relation between India and Pakistan, a closely ally of neighboring China, have a major impact on regional stability and security. Deep-rooted suspicion between the two has also stymied attempts at achieving greater economic integration and better connectivity in India and around South Asia. Reacting to India's shocking test route in England, the Board of Control for Cricket in India has decided to appoint former Indian captain, that is Ravi Shastri, to oversee and guide Team India during the forthcoming one-day international matches against England. The BCCI also ruled out axing Mahendra Singh Dhoni as a captain. Dhoni says captaincy has been under the scanner for his poor overseas record. In 2011, India lost 8 tests on the trot in England and Australia. India's next test series will be at home against the West Indies in October and November in this year. Former Australia batsman and NDTV expert Dean Jones welcomed Shastri's appointment. Ravi will have to make a fair assessment on how the players are reaching to Duncan Fletcher. The player must enjoy playing for India. That's important, says Jones. Shastri, who played 80 tests and 150 one-day matches between 1981 and 1992, temporarily coached the Indian team during the 2007 tour of Bangladesh. Dhoni saved India further humiliation, says Gavaskar, and its continuous efforts to re-energize the support to Mahendra Singh Dhoni. B-League team, the BCCI, has given a break to the bowling coach Joe Das and fielding coach Trevor Penney for the one-day series. Let's have a look on today's sports news. Gavaskar backs Dhoni, gives thumbs up to Shastri move. Indian batting legend Sunil Gavaskar has not only backed under fire skipper Mahendra Singh Dhoni but also gave a thumb up to BCCI new move of appointing Ravi Shastri as a team director. Alec Hales named in England squad for India's ODI. England on Monday announced a 15-man squad to face India and ODI series, with the T20 specialist Alex Hales getting a call up to the national team. India slips with one place to fifth spot in ICC Test ranking. India have slipped one place to be fifth in the ICC team Test ranking after their 1-3 demolition at the hands of England in the recently concluded 5-match series. Fletcher may not stay for the West Indies series, says a BCCI official, with Ravi Shastri being appointed as director of Indian cricket team. Days of current chief coach Duncan Fletcher seems to be numbered, as there is the question mark about his presence during the upcoming home series against the West Indies. Let's have a look on today's stock markets update with the evening news. Sensex for today stand with 26,420.67 with 0.11%, whereas Nifty for today stand with 7,897.50 with 0.30%. Let's have a look on today's gold and silver rates as per Malabar Golds. According to Malabar Golds, today's gold rates, that is Tuesday 19th of August, are as follows. For 22 carats of gold for 10 grams, it's rupees 27,140. Whereas for 24 carats of gold for 10 grams, it's rupees 28,770. Silver rates for today for 10 grams, it's rupees 437. Let's have a look on today's weather report of 6 regions of Telangana state. Hyderabad minimum temperature 25 degrees Celsius and maximum 34 degrees Celsius. Nizamabad minimum temperature 25 degrees Celsius and maximum 34 degrees Celsius. Medak minimum temperature 26 degrees Celsius and maximum 34 degrees Celsius. Karimnagar minimum temperature 26 degrees Celsius and maximum 34 degrees Celsius. Khammam district minimum temperature 25 degrees Celsius and maximum 39 degrees Celsius. Whereas today's minimum temperature of Mahbubnagar district stand with 25 degrees Celsius as maximum 36 degrees Celsius. Headlines once again. Hyderabad totally deserves always. The usually busy roads in Hyderabad were empty as public transport and even rickshaw went off the roads. Telangana CM Tom State Survey Superhit. The survey reports will be available with all government officials right from the Gram Panchayat level to the state secretariat. Ravi Shastri appointed director of Team India for ODIs series vs England. Dhoni captaincy safe. India cancels planned talk with Pakistan. Pakistan's envoys in India met with separatist leaders from Jammu and Kashmir. Narendra Modi promises tough steps to end corruption. That's all in this newscast for today. Keep watching Real English News along with your host Shareef Abdur Raheem Yamani. Till then, take care. Allah Hafiz.